What's up, YouTube? This is DEFCON 3 Security coming at you from somewhere here on Spaceship Earth, and I am super sweaty. It is hot out here. We got like a lot of fires out here in California, but the weather would typically be about 105 right now, so it's still warm and smoky. So today's video is a topic that always comes up, but I can never answer it enough. And I thought, you know what, it's early in the day. I'm tired of doing these nighttime shoots where it's super dark and my video looks crappy. So let's do one in a day early. So this topic, again, it comes up often. People keep asking me the same question, but I get it because as a guard, I couldn't get enough of this answer. And the question is, what is the first thing you do when you become a security guard? So here's my advice. The very first thing you want to do, and I'm in a parking lot, so people are looking at me, damn, and my windows are rolled down. So the first thing you want to do when you become a security guard is obviously get your guard card. Don't worry about getting your firearm license and all that, because that's going to take months and months and months to get to you. So the first thing you want to do is get that really generic 8-hour guard card so you can start working, right? Now you've got your foot in the door and you're working for a company and you're making money, right? You're generating money. Now, once you got your foot in the door, give yourself about a week and then maybe try to get your firearm license. But that can take months, right? There's a extensive background check that's attached to that, and then you got to go on the range and all that good stuff. So the first thing you want to do, again, get your guard card just so you can start working. The very next thing I would do is get yourself, okay, they're gonna give you a uniform, or they're gonna give you pants and a shirt and tell you to buy shoes or whatever, right? So the uniform obviously is the first thing you get completed, but I wouldn't worry too much about that, right? If you've got a pair of black pants at home, that's usually you've just met the requirements. But again, the first thing I would get is a bulletproof vest. I would try to stick with a level 3A, okay? So there's different levels of vest. You've got 1A, 2A, 3A. 3A will cover basically every single handgun that you're gonna see on the street. So get yourself a 3A vest. If you can afford Kevlar, by all means get Kevlar. The plates are a lot cheaper, but they're super heavy, so keep that in mind. Again, I want to make a video. I'm sorry I haven't done it yet, but I want to do a video on how to buy body armor for cheap. So Kevlar is where you want to go. So now you've got your uniform, you've got your Kevlar vest, so if somebody does, God forbid, shoot at you, you have somewhat of a chance. The next thing I would get is my less than lethal accessories, right? Get your pepper spray, that's cheap. When you get your pepper spray, I usually go with a company called Saber, and I would get something called pepper gel. Spray literally sprays out like an aerosol, and if the wind's blowing, it'll go back in your face and it will blind you. The gel, it's like a long, thick stream of gel, and it's less likely to come back at you. So I would definitely go with the pepper gel. 12, 15 bucks on Amazon. Those things last for years. You get like 25 shots. So if I were you, I would take it, practice shooting it like 3 or 4 times just so you get an idea of how it works. And there you go. So now you've got your vest, you've got your gel. The next thing I would get, if you can afford it, is a taser. The cool thing about a taser is all you need to do is get a simple taser electronics certification, which I think lasts forever, possibly. Right? But if you get yourself a taser, that thing looks like a gun. In some regards, it acts like a gun, right? Because it gives you some range. And if you're carrying it, somebody might not be able to distinguish between that and a gun and take you more serious. Now, with any sort of firearm comes a great responsibility. So you don't want to use that to intimidate, to try to scare, pull it out just to, you know, get somebody to follow your orders. Absolutely not. That is just simply there to keep you safe and also a visual deterrent. Rarely have I ever pulled out my taser, okay? So I'm discouraging you from going into that mindset. Remember, it's just there for your safety. But pepper spray, you'd more likely use that before you would the taser. All right, so now you've got your pepper spray, you've got your taser. The next thing I would go for would be, I really haven't thought this through all the way. You definitely, you know, you want your duty belt and all that, but that comes with the uniform. You want to have comfortable shoes. Matter of fact, put that on the very front of this list. Comfortable shoes. if you're going to be standing up 8 hours a day, man, that takes a toll on your body. So you definitely want to have the best shoes. I got some really expensive Nikes, and if you watch one of my loadout videos, you'll see that they weren't as comfortable as I thought, and they cost a ton of money. I think $160 something. The $30 shoes or boots that I got from Big 5 Sporting Goods, those fit me way better, way more comfortable. I think it's the Nike, with the Nikes, I think I should have gotten like a half a size bigger, and that would have solved my problem. So it's not necessarily that they were bad shoes, it's just that the sizing was weird, okay? After that, you want to get your firearm, right? That's that could come last on your list. Before that, you know, you might want to consider handcuffs if your company allows it, but then that's a kind of a gray area, because if you try to handcuff somebody, man, you better have a really good reason for doing that. Whenever you detain somebody, especially with force, you know, especially handcuffs, dude, you can get yourself in a hell of a lot of trouble. I have them. I have never used them once. Almost did, but yeah, I've never used them because there's such a liability that comes with handcuffing somebody. You could actually be charged with kidnapping if you don't follow protocol properly. So let's see what we got here. We got our pepper spray, we've got our taser, we've got our vest. Gosh, you've got your boots. That's really important. Yeah, okay. Body cam. You definitely need a body cam. That should come somewhere early in the game too. I would actually, yeah. Well, since the pepper spray is so cheap, get that first. But man, if you can afford a body cam, by all means, do so. Even if it's one of the, a GoPro that you have just laying around, anything. But that body cam, it's going to keep you honest, and it's going to make sure that that person is recorded, so that if they try to like slip in some, hey, he said this to me or he did that, you can say, no, let's check my footage. I absolutely didn't. Worst case scenario, if all you have is your camera, by all means, on your phone, by all means use that. You might even want to attach like some sort of Velcro on the back of your phone in case you ever need to just stick it onto your vest temporary. So if you're trying to budget, and I know a lot of people that are starting in this industry try to budget, use your phone until you can afford a proper camera. If you want to look for a proper camera, I did make a video on that as well. The Cam Pro is a pretty decent camera. I said that they sell a 128, a 64, but I also found out they sell a 32 gigabyte, which is even cheaper, obviously, than all of those. I'm no longer doing these Amazon affiliate links. Dude, I sold like 8 items within the first few weeks of having it, and that's more than most people sell on Amazon affiliates. Yet they sent me an email yesterday saying, sorry, you don't have enough subscribers for us to take you seriously. So they canceled my account, and they took the money that I accumulated for the last few weeks. So I'm not going to be doing Amazon affiliates for a while. I'll still give you links if you need them, because it's not all about the money, but unfortunately those by clicking on that link, it makes me nothing, and it's kind of like I almost don't want to even promote them at this point for doing that to me. But so there you go, guys. Next thing you know, you're gonna have your license all squared away, your open carry license. You'll be able to get a firearm. You'll get a holster that suits you, you know, the best. I went through like 3 different holsters for my firearm before I decided to go with the drop leg. There's some big disadvantages to the drop leg. One of the only reasons why I like it is because I think it looks cool. Really, that's what it comes down to. But as far as functionality, whenever I did pull out, so I did have one on my duty belt, a holster, and when I would pull it out, it would get snagged in my vest. So that's another reason why I decided to go with the drop leg. So it has there's a few practical purposes why I got it, but realistically, I found that the one that's just on your duty belt works a lot better. When you're running, it doesn't flop around, etc. Let me see, what am I missing? Naturally, you're gonna have your badge. There's all those little miscellaneous things you can add. You can get extra magazines for your firearm, but as far as the basics, get yourself a vest. That's like the #1 thing. I mean, figure out a way to afford it. Get yourself some pepper spray. Then, okay, so this is the way I would do it. Okay, now I've got the right order. See, I didn't think this thing out thoroughly. Okay, get yourself a vest, right? That protects you. Then get yourself some pepper spray. Now you've got some sort of protection, right? Then go for a camera next, right? Because that just protects everything, especially if you get called out on something. Then go for your taser, since it's kind of a pricey item. And then finally go for your firearm. I said iron arm. All right, guys. So I keep getting messages from my best friend here. He's totally distracting me, messing up my video, man. All right. So anyways, you know the routine. You know your worth. You know your value. Above all, be safe.